Hello, happy after yesterday. So today I want to actually give you guys a quick breakdown of everything that's inside of our brand new membership, which basically includes every tactic, every strategy, every resource, every template, piece of content we've produced, promotion we've ran. It's an absolutely insanely stacked offer, which is, collectively between us and our students is responsible for over $3 million in sales in less than 2 years, right? So let's dive in. Let's talk about what's actually inside this membership, what you're going to be getting if you want to join, and just a full breakdown of everything inside. So we did actually run a coaching call for our Core Accelerator clients, kind of breaking down in real time as we were doing this. So I'm going to piggyback off of the doc we gave them a little bit, and kind of utilize that to give you guys a snapshot, and then I'll dive into some of the actual products and show you guys what's inside, what you could expect, some of the client results that have came out of it, etc. Right? So in reality, it's a bit of an offer inception, right? We've already been running these two pre-existing programs. We launched Group Juice on January 28th, 2022, and we launched Cash Curriculums in September. So realistically, we're marrying two products that we already currently run into one membership, right? So obviously, you get Cash Curriculums, which is our brand new subscription model that we launched in September, which includes a ton of tactics, strategies, trainings, but it also gives you, we post content in there weekly, breaking the third wall, talking about why we're doing things inside of our business as we're actually doing them. So it's from a completely different lens. It's not necessarily like a bunch of marketing content, a bunch of, overhyped tactics. It's more of, hey, we're doing this in our business, and this is why we're actually doing it in our business. Because arming folks with the strategies and the information is all fine and dandy, but we also want to have a medium to help people understand every piece of the puzzle, so that way they actually understand what they're doing in their business. And then Group Juice, you guys might have heard of this. You might have seen people with plaques and awards, right? This is the exact program that's helped our students do over $2 million in track sales in the last 2 years, right? It's absolutely been crazy. The client success has been crazy coming out of this product. So that's kind of one element that we're baking into this actual membership. You get Cash Curriculums and you get Group Juice for as cheap as it's ever been, right? We've never done a payment plan or an option for Group Juice this cheap, right? It's literally $100 a month. You get both programs, you get both products. And then we also bump everybody on the actual membership to 80% commissions if they want to promote any of our products. Right? They can actually go out and recommend our products to their audience if they want to, and then they get paid 80% commissions on all sales. That's completely optional, mind you, right? The majority of our client success stories are actually with launching their own things, their own products, their own businesses. It's not one of those digital circle jerks where you just buy our thing and learn how to sell our thing, but it is an added bonus. It is an added option. A lot of people actually come in and want to promote our products because it's so different, right? The process we teach is so different. The model we teach is so different. And the levels of support that we give every single person inside of our worlds is unmatched, right? Especially for the price. So that's a little bit of the what, as far as like what you're actually getting access to, but I'm actually going to dive into some of the products itself, right? I'm going to run through Cash Curriculums and I'm going to run through Group Juice, and I'm going to talk about like raw trainings, raw tactics, raw strategy that you guys will be getting your hands into, and then some of the support elements that you guys will actually get access to today, right? One of the things that we made it a point to do when we launched a lot of our programs is embedding high levels of support, because that was something that was like missing for us for years, right? Group Juice by itself is not a hypothetical strategy or a concept that sounds good on paper. It's actively what we do in our business every single day, day in and day out, and have been using on repeat since 2021, and is really the only thing that really started to work extremely well for us, right? I struggled for 3+ years in this world, buying every product, trying every strategy, doing all these different things in business, and until I kind of stumbled into the Group Juice model, long before we started teaching it, nothing really else worked for me. So first things first, obviously you get access to the Cash Curriculums community, which is our membership community that we kicked off in September. And a real reason and a deeper reason as to why we really wanted to like kick off this bundle deal is it allowed us to feed both of our programs at once without like having to deviate our attention from, hey, we want to grow this and we want to grow this. So we looked at ways in our business that we could grow both in unison, and actually just kind of, focus on selling this one thing. So our Cash Curriculums community is a kick-ass community that we kicked off on School, right? You've probably seen something about School as of lately, right? That's taking off like wildfire as of lately. So a good example of like the group, right? This group is highly active, engaged. There's a lot of kick-ass members in here who are like very active. They're always interacting with people. But an example of some of the content that I was making an example of, a couple minutes ago, was about how we're posting content from a different lens, right? So this is a post I put in there yesterday. We just kicked off a brand new offer like 2 days ago, which we've already closed the first spot. But this is a good example, right? 2 posts, 1 sale, sexy right? How we closed 1 out of 5 spots with a couple of pieces of content, which is like probably an angle we'll use at some point. But in this piece of content, I'm actually breaking down the nuances of actually doing this and like what that actually looked like, and how people can kind of counteract, fear and doubt and overthinking and overanalyzing things in business, because it's a very real thing, right? So the content we create in here is a lot different from how we actually create content anywhere else, right? Because we're actually creating it from a different lens, a different perspective, right? We really want to shed light on why people can do things and what they're actually going to be doing and how they're going to be doing it, in different expectations as far as actually doing things in business, right? So me and Flip and myself, we come in here and we post content probably a couple times a week. You also get access to the classroom section, which there is trainings in here that are not found anywhere else inside of our business, unless you're inside Core Accelerator, because they get absolutely everything that we ever do. But you get dedicated trainings, right? So you get like welcome to the community, which is a quick breakdown of like everything that you can expect from being inside of Cash Curriculums. You get a dedicated Cash Curriculums training, which is basically simple business models, simple strategies, right? Like followers to conversions, your simple business broken down, right? We're all about keeping things simple, fun, profitable, right? So you're getting access to a dozens and dozens of different trainings immediately just by joining Cash Curriculums. Your lean pocket padding machine, all of the things that you'll probably face going from 0 to 100K online, right? We've done this 12 times over just between me and my business partner. So, and we've helped people do 100K in 100 days, right? So everything that you can expect to face when you actually go to building a 100K business of your own. Secondly, you get content to cash flow, which is basically our framework that we personally use to create all of our content, the actual structure for your content, so that way you can actually start turning written and spoken words into sales, simplicity to scaling, right? We're all about simple processes, lean and leverage processes without adding a bunch of complexities to your business. So basically a breakdown of everything from 0 to 500K or 100K to 500K, sorry. And then complimentary access to some of our products just by being an active member of the group. We will probably end up changing a bunch of these because with the membership, you already get access to these. So we will probably end up changing a lot of the stuff. So I'm not going to break those down as of right now. And then obviously you get the membership, right? Which is literally every program, every product, every strategy, every tactic we've personally been using for the last few years. So we're going to dive into a little bit of like what's inside of Group Juice. And I'm not going to run through everything inside because full transparency, this has become a monster of a product. This initially started as a 4-day workshop and has since become our baby that we've literally poured our heart and our soul into for the last 2 years. And there's an absolutely insane amount of information in here. So I'm not going to try to run through every tactic, every strategy, every video, because realistically, like nobody cares about the 229 lessons inside, but instead what it's actually going to do for you and who it's actually for. But the reality is, we've put everything into this, right? We've put everything as far as if you're a complete beginner, if you're already moving in business, or like if you've been at it for a little bit and you're struggling. This is realistically everything that we actively do in our business day in and day out, right? So we have obviously some welcomes, some access to a private group, some support systems, which I'll kind of break down here in a minute. We have Juicebox. Like, you immediately get access to Juicebox, which is our 5-day virtual event that we ran. I actually just published a YouTube video about launching that today. But this shows you everything, if you're a brand new beginner, how you can set your business up in the simplest way possible, without all the tech, without all the funnels, without all the BS and all that. How to actually optimize your profile, group setup optimization, uncovering the 100K business hidden inside the social media account you're already using daily, and then breakdowns on content. Then we have Q&As for every day. Then we have meat and potatoes. This is actually Group Juice 2.0, which we launched in June of last year, maybe July. I'm not too sure. Don't remember. But this is basically, we ended up after running Group Juice for almost 2 years, we kind of, and like, the thing to think about is we actively do this strategy and concept in our business. And after helping hundreds of students deploy this in their actual own business, we started making pivots. We started making tweaks and optimizations, and also basing the feedback from our actual students. So it's become an actual monster of a 28-step process that's actually going to show you the simplest way to build your entire business, to actually start making sales. So day one is all about the actual business structure, the simplest way to actually structure your business, how to actually get everything set up, ways to start creating leverage in your business, and getting all of the foundational pieces in place that you can have if you actually want to have a $100,000 business of your own online. Day two is your explosive group growth and audience building model, right? So this is all about short form video content, right? We're big on utilizing short form video content to grow your groups, right? This is an absolute game changer for a lot of people. This is how we eliminated any need to add friends, do cold outreach, blast DMs daily, by letting our audience come to us, right? We like to utilize short form video content to seed group growth, right? You're utilizing that traffic, that viral element of short form video content to grow an actual group of your own. And like, for example, we had somebody who used this and take a brand new Facebook profile, grew it to 60,000 followers, and grew their community by 1,000 people within 8 weeks, right? And the power of this is, if you can utilize the short form video content to grow your nurturing platform like your group, it can change everything about your life and business, right? You could literally pivot your entire energy and have a 6-figure infrastructure in place within 90 days. That's the reality of it. And we've seen this happen time after time again with people that come into Group Juice, is they explode their group, right? We've seen people wake up to 500 group requests. We've had people grow their group to 5,000 people, right? And at that point in business, like, you have a community of your own that you can put all of your energy into, and really start working on how you can start converting those clients. And the best part is they're all going to come to you, right? You're not sending them messages. You're not, blasting them with a friend request and all that, mundane shit that we all hate in business. And then day three is all about the types of content to fill your community with, to turn strangers into paying clients, right? So talking about, the different types of long form content that pre-sell on your audience. Pre-sell your audience on you and your offers, right? The 5 potent lead gen strategies for endless sales opportunities, evergreen content style, documentation, right? Your own content strategy to move strangers from buyers to buyers ethically, right? Like, literally everything as far as like what you're creating and what you need to create if you actually want to convert sales online. Day 4 is our conversion process with our Zoomless Sales Codex. For those of you guys that don't know, we don't do sales calls, right? We've processed like 3,000 payments in the last 2 years. We've done less than a dozen calls total, and we're selling premium price products, right? We sell $1,000 a month coaching offers without calls, right? And some people will say that's completely impossible, but that's literally the proof is in the pudding. We've been doing it for years, so we literally break down everything that goes into the sales codex, right? How you're actually going to be able to do that, how we can close 1 to 10K deals without a team, without doing strategy sessions and all of that. And then some other pieces as far as, creating leverage in your community, because a big part of actually converting sales without calls is you need to be picking that weight up somewhere. Our winning workshop flow, cracking the code, diagnosing in Messenger, lead gen scripts, follow-up flow, and then breakdowns of real-time actual closed sales, conversations that we've personally used to convert clients, right? Like actual conversations that have turned into sales. So That's the skeleton of Group Juice. And then we obviously have some optional automation and functionality. Right now, as I mentioned earlier, we are basic bitches and we like to keep things as simple as possible. So we have a few different options as far as like getting your actual tech pieces in place, but you don't necessarily need it, right? Some people have literally just used their own group link to grow this. Obviously, how to build an email list, lead automation and messaging, right? This is a big one. People talk about like the money's in the list and you need all these crazy tech processes and you need all these fancy funnels and shit. But realistically, if you build your group and you use something like this, you can actually start building your email list in unison of growing your group, right? Stroke two things with one. And then obviously some breakdowns of like useful tools for group owners, stuff like that. Then we have a complete 7-step fast start process, which breaks down what we would do if we were just starting and how you can get to that 10K mark as fast as possible. We've had dozens and dozens of students take this actual 7-step process and do 10K, right? We've had brand new people who've never created content before do it in less than 96 days. And we've had struggling business owners do it in less than 20, right? So that's real-time examples. Bonus trainings, offer creation, always new strategies, Facebook Reels trainings. We were one of the first creators to actually start diving into Facebook Reels, and it's played a huge part into having people actually explode their communities by creating 5 to 60-second videos. ROI checklist for putting your first or next offer to market, blowing up a community of your own, free or paid group launch, injecting cash with a quick and offer launch, melting stress with monthly recurring revenue, right? We've built a 30K per month recurring revenue stream in the last 2 years. We break down how we've done that. Next up is predictable profits framework. This is our actual launch framework we've used dozens and dozens of different times, and that we continue to use on repeat. We've also helped our core clients inject this into their own business, which has done as much as 100K in 100 days, following this exact framework to actually kicking off your own products or offers. And this is whether you want to launch your own products, your own offers, your own coaching programs, or if you want to like kickstart momentum by having an actual offer on top of an affiliate product of your own, right? We condense it into an actual repeatable process we continue to use, right? Then we have a whole section on cash injection strategies, ROI focused trainings, right? Promos, juice box launch, 20K in 3 weeks, launch a promo framework, cash mullet kickoff, 155K in 78 days with this launch framework, right? We're breaking down everything that we've personally done in business and how you can emulate that in your own brand, right? Core client launches. We had core clients who come in and run trainings for our Core Accelerator students, talking about how we help them put offers together and what that looked like. Bonuses, trackers, outreach templates, sales script, viral hooks, viral videos, growth tips. Like we literally have every single video that we've ever created inside of these folders, right? Thousands of hooks that you can go use in your business. The Vagal content strategy, giving you guys an actual rotation of content, different content rotation and ideas. The ability to promote our products. And obviously, if you're on the membership, this changes a little bit. You will be bumped to 80% commissions, but white labeling our trainings, right? If you guys want to actually use our trainings to grow your group, you can put our expertise, our trainings, put them in your own communities, utilize that to grow your own community, right? Group Juice 1.0, right? And I'm not going to continue to run through all these, but literally this training right here, Group Juice 1.0, is what we had for a very long time. And this simple 4-step process has changed hundreds of people's lives and businesses, right? Same structure, just as condensed down into 4 steps. And then page 2, right? And this is a complete Group Juice student interviews, right? We like to actually do interviews with our clients and our students who actually have a lot of success, and they can break down what that looked like Anthony Arfine, who did 10K in 96 days, never even had any social media presence or anything like that, and just countless success stories and student interviews who've actually used this process to add anywhere from 10 to hundreds of thousands of dollars to their business. So that's a bit of a snapshot of everything inside of Group Juice, right? I probably didn't even scratch the surface because I'm trying to not make this video, an hour long. But realistically, it's every tactic, every strategy, every concept, resource, template, file, script that we've personally used to do hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars online in a very simple way. Now, obviously, as a part of being inside of Group Juice, you get lifetime weekly coaching calls every single Tuesday from me and Flip inside of the Facebook Group Juice community. You got dedicated questions threads, which has over 1,300 questions and responses inside of it at this point, right? We go the extra mile to actually shed light and talk about everything we're actually doing in our business and why and how you can actually do the same. And we don't care what you're selling, right? Dildos, dump trucks, digital courses. This can actually work for any of it, right? Obviously, replays of every actual coaching call we've ran, right? We have not missed a training or a weekly coaching call in 2 years, right? We've been live every single week helping people, talking about it, right? We will stay on until your question gets answered because we want you guys to actually have every tactic and strategy and clarity behind what you actually need to be doing if you actually want to have a lot of financial success or a lot of success online in general, right? So the weekly coaching calls. We also run monthly live trainings via Zoom inside of our Cash Curriculums community, right? We run a training every week, which we're actually going to be doing next week on Friday. We break down some type of training tactic strategy that we're actually personally using in our business. As I mentioned last month, we did a content distribution model, which breaks down how we're actually we go into creating all of our content for the week in less than 90 minutes without using AI or software. And that's pretty much what we do every month for our Cash Curriculums community, right? So you're getting 4 coaching calls a week, 1 live training, right? And on top of all of the information and all of the actual support, right? We are very dedicated to supporting every single member inside of our communities as they blaze down the path of, building their own businesses, optimizing their own businesses. It's our point to go the extra mile and literally help people, because that's a very big piece that was missing for us for a very long time. And literally probably the craziest part about this entire offer is the price, right? Group Juice by itself is $1,500. Cash Curriculums by itself is $33 a month. You can grab the bundle deal and get all of it for $100 a month. Worst case scenario, you come into the membership, you think we're some absolute dickheads, you cancel your subscription. But the reality is I'm pretty confident that if you jump inside, you join, you start to actually implement some of the strategies that are inside, it is a absolute no-brainer. It would be very silly to think that you couldn't take a singular strategy inside of one of the 2 monster of programs and actually be ROI positive probably within your first 30 days if you already have a pre-existing business. If you don't, the reality is this is everything that I wish I would have had when I was first starting, right? We've made it a point to include anything and everything to actually genuinely help our students. It's an insanely stacked offer, and if you want to catch a little 2-page breakdown of everything inside and some of the results that you could expect by joining, drop a hashtag bundle on this video and I will send you a quick breakdown. That way you can see if you actually want to join or not. Completely no pressure either way. And you guys have a kick-ass day.